السلام عليكم ورحمة
Stark
الله
has
وبركاته.
requested your presence in the forge. I think he has another present for you.
اهلا وسهلا بيكم يا جماعة. انا معرفش الماوس ده اصلا يعني طبيعي ان هو يظهر كده في الشاشة. دي نقطة انا مش عارفها.
Hey, Charlie Warley puppy face.
يا سلام كده بس كده اخدنا يعني يا راجل.
Hello, my sweet girl.
سويت جيرل مين يا حاجة؟ هو ايه القلوب سهلة كده تتاخد؟ ماشي اوكي. انا الحقيقة مش عارف ازاي كنترول الماوس ده، مش عارف هو ظاهر ليه، بس ما علينا. فدي الحلقة التانية يا جماعة من ميدنايت ساينز. انا عجباني اللعبة الصراحة، فمش قادر نفسي العبها. المشكلة هي ان انا بحب ان انا
I don't get it. Strange couldn't just magic his way in?
Something about the whole alien thing threw off his mojo.
That explains so much. No wonder he gets so strange around me. See what I did there?
I'm a vampire. I see everything.
يعني بريد باشا.
This is gonna be a fun apocalypse.
لا خالص. انا اصلا بحب الالعاب اللي فيها كلام كتير يعني.
You'll be back to your old self in no time, kiddo.
طيب دلوقتي انا عندي مشكلة، البتاع اللي حوالين رقبتي ده ايه نظامه يا جماعة؟ ده محتاج يتفك.
It's good to see you getting back on your feet.
حاجة تتاخد هنا.
Check out Blade
Ooh, 5
making
bucks.
nice with the big guns.
ايه ده؟ محتاج اركان كي عشان افتحه. يا سلام، وانا ممكن اخش السكشن. طب كويس والله، فكرة حلوة.
Let's talk later, Hunter. Tony will start pouting if you keep him waiting too long.
اوكي.
Heard you had a nightmare. In the words of a Gamito, don't be afraid. Bad dreams are only dreams.
وانت عندك لون احمر ولا ايه؟
Captain Marvel is an exception.
So, he's supposed to be playing nice, right?
Right, and now Stark is hard at work in the forge coming up with something for the Hunter?
The Hunter needs it after that last beating.
Man, can't wait till it's my turn for an upgrade.
Prepare for a long wait.
For all of us. Or hasn't it sunk into that flaming skull of yours yet?
Hey, don't take it so personally. It's not like they forgot about us.
We'll see.
الحقيقة انا يعني ما شاء الله الدنيا يعني داخلين على الابوكاليبس يا جماعة، وما شاء الله الناس قاعدين على الكراسي مستريحين عادي جدا، مش اي حاجة. ماشي، شوف كده الاخت هتقول لنا ايه.
Do I look like a Tony?
تمام. ايه
Not that it makes any difference to me, but I think Tony's waiting for you, Hunter. He seemed excited.
بالتأكيد مجهز لي حاجة جامدة.
Heard about what happened in New York, Hunter. I'm sure whatever Tony's cooking up down there will only help.
هو حاسس ان في حاجة غلط في الماوس ولا حاجة؟ تمام.
Now, think you can tell your friend inside there to turn it up a few hundred Kelvin?
I could. However, it might shatter the containment spell preventing him from incinerating this facility.
I think we're good. And just in time.
The forge has certainly changed.
Right. Caretaker said this all happened after your siesta. What spooky castle would be complete without its own Babylonian demon-powered furnace?
Sumerian fire demon. His name is Babs.
Oh, now it all makes sense. Well, once you get past the esoteric terror of the situation, I've found this thing actually has some uses. Molecular bonding, breaking down evil gamma serums, fashion accessorizing.
Yes, speaking of...
Oh, right. It's ready.
يا معلم الأرض الجديد.
Your armor seemed to offer minimal protection against the venom creature.
I noticed.
Yeah, I thought you could use an upgrade.
Well hammered. Well fired. Caretaker did not mention that you two were such skilled smithies.
Yep. I am Iron Smithy.
Perhaps you should just try it on.
جربي يا ست، ممكن ما تكونش على مقاسك ولا حاجه. شكلها جامد جدا.
Still think I could have used a cloak.
Stylish, damn near indestructible. And
Most
we even got the
rock
size right. Not bad for our first collaboration.
I still think it could have benefited from a cloak.
You think everything could benefit from a cloak?
محتاجين كلوك فعلا.
I hate to admit it, but somehow this ancient forge puts any arc reactor I've got to shame. Who would have thought mystically bound demon power would be so damn energy efficient? Or carbon neutral? Certainly got that new suit of yours done a lot faster than I expected. Speaking of, what's the verdict, boss?
على ايه؟ فيرتكت ايه؟ ثانكس. خلينا نقول لك كلام حلو الراجل.
It is nice having an armorer on demand.
Anytime. I tried to make this version a little less palatable to that symbiote thing. Was this close to making it menthol flavored. But tools are just one part of the equation. You gotta know how to use them too. You were out, what, 300 years before we woke you from your eternal rest? I'm betting you have questions, so ask away, Hunter.
أكيد نسأل essentially.
I take it this new version is a technological marvel?
Impact-resistant carbon composites, some patent-pending alloy mesh, and a few touches from Dr. Spooky over there. And hey, the built-in communicator means we can talk to each other without sending a raven.
تمام. حلو جدا.
So it is a marvel, then?
Lightweight, nearly indestructible, and modular enough for future upgrades.
تمام. ممتاز.
Frankly, I wouldn't have used your old suit to wax the Mandarin's car.
Is all this magic a threat to your new technology?
It might surprise some people to hear this, but I do like some things with rules. Isotope decay, magnetic fields, and gamma oscillation make a lot more sense to me than Eye of Newt, bat wings, and a sprinkle of sunshine. At least they did before everything changed.
تمام. هو طبعا انتوا عارفين طبعا ان ده توني ستارك ايرون مان، وهو راجل يعني عالم من الدرجه الاولى، يعني ما شاء الله عنده الكثير من الاختراعات. من ضمن الاختراعات الكور او ده المحطوط في قلبه لحد طبعا، يعني اعتقد معظمكم شايف الافلام بتاعت مارفل يعني، فهو عارف مين توني ستارك. هي طبعا امها غالبا.
I cannot help but feel partially responsible.
Well, I wouldn't take it personally. We were detecting changes in both magic and science months before you woke up. But yeah, things have definitely hit high gear since then.
غالبا اللي هو ليلة تبقى ام دي. سبحان الله.
Seen anything strange around here?
What, other than my roommate? Boom! Roasted! But on a more serious note, this place is legitimately haunted. Mirrors look back at you. My room rearranges itself. And worst of all, magic. Cats.
بجد والله انا بحب القطط.
The great Iron Man is not scared, is he?
Let's just say I'll be more comfortable once I've studied the problem. I feel like I'm living in one of those paranormal investigation reality shows.
طيب. ايه اللي بفضله هنا؟
What sorts of things are you doing in here?
Oh, that's right. You were out a while. Basically, we've got a gigantic demon inside the magic box here that provides near limitless power for whatever we might need. Sounds insane, but sometimes it's easier to just go with it.
Okay, so why not magically create a way through that symbiote shield?
Have you ever known it to work that way? We can't just wish upon a star here. We need to know what we're making first and put together the right components. Otherwise, I'd have already whipped up Strange a new personality.
انت مالك؟ انت ليه طفشان من الراجل ده؟ ليه طفشان انت من سترينج؟ طيب. الفيرنس او مولد الطاقة اللي موجود ده، تحس ان هو يعني مولد طاقة نووي مش طبيعي يعني. كمية الطاقة اللي الديمن ده بينتجها.
You must have an interesting origin story of your own.
Well, just your typical American boy. Pops was a founding member of the military-industrial complex. Mom, a famous socialite. Tragedy struck when I lost them both in a car crash, which turned out to be a hit from a rival corporation. I spent my early teens at MIT, trying to clear my head, and was all set to follow in Dad's footsteps as a war profiteer. Then one day, fortune shined on me, in the form of some errant shrapnel that lodged itself just above my heart. So I did what anybody in that situation would do. I built a supersuit and started fighting crime.
ما شاء الله عليك.
I guess we have all had difficult childhoods here.
Yeah, no kidding. I can't tell you how hard it was to memorize all that at Skrull Sleeper Camp. Just kidding. Or am I?
تمام يا عم توني شكرا.
Thanks for catching me up on things.
Anytime. Oh, and speaking of things, remember that creepy gamma goop you found from that hopped-up Hydra soldier? Well, I gave it a peek, and it explains a lot.
ده خضرة اللي احنا
If you have a minute, meet me at the anvil over there, and I'll walk you through it. I promise it'll be worth your time.
تمام. اوكي. Analyze the gamma coil. تمام. بصوا يا جماعة، هو طبعا زي ما انتم عارفين انه الاخ ايرون مان ابوه وامه ماتوا فعلا زي ما هو الراجل قال. كان وبعد كده هو بقى بدأ يدرس التكنولوجي وراخر. ولو حد شاف الفيلم او حد كان بيقرا الكوميكس، اللي حصل انه كان في مكان معانا، يعني طبعا مش متذكر قوي الفيلم كان حوالي كام سنه، كان حوالي 10 سنين 15 سنه 20 سنه مش فاكر. فهو فعلا اخد زي تقول حته حديد دخلت تقريبا فوق قلبه، فهو اضطر ان هو يخترع الكور اللي هو مش عارف هنسميه الكور اللي هو ايه، اسميه اللغه العربيه يعني حاجه زي كده، وحطها في قلبه فوق قلبه كده عشان تديك الطاقه، ومن الطاقه دي عرف يعمل درع اللي هو السوت اللي بيلبسه يعني. المهم تعالى نشوف الموضوع بتاع الخضره اللي بيتكلم عليها دي. واضح انها كمان داخل هذه الغرفه احنا ممكن نعمل ريسيرش.
Now, I doubt advanced gamma thermodynamics was a hot topic at Yield Demon Hunting School, so I'm just gonna give you the condensed version.
I appreciate that.
Closest I've ever seen to this substance is pumping through Bruce's veins. Part gamma accelerant, part unknown element. Calling it coil for now, given its unique atomic structure. Man, I love acronyms. This stuff is more volatile than Nick Fury on a Monday morning, but Hydra doesn't seem to mind.
They are using it to get stronger.
Exactly. A few drops would make your average salamander look like Fin Fang Foom.
Is it?
Thankfully, with a little help from Dr. Spooky and our haunted oven over here, I think two can play at this game.
You are not suggesting we start injecting ourselves with it.
No, nothing like that. Though I can see some future applications for my energy drink line, I was thinking we apply this stuff towards upgrading our equipment.
I like where this is going.
Just give me a little time here and I can whip up some pretty fun toys. How about we give Hydra a taste of their own gamma-powered medicine for a change?
وطبعا اللي فاهمه
What have you got for me, boss?
انا اللي فاهمه انه ذا هالك حسب الفيلم ان هو اتعرض لموجات جاما فتحول الى هالك. يعني العالم هو كان عالم وبعد كده يعني تعرض لهذه الموجات فاصبح هالك.
I'm pretty sure Charlie left a steaming coil in the hallway. Third
واضح
state of matter indeed.
الشيء اللي الجماعه بتوع هيدرا بيحقنوا نفسهم بيه هو نفس الشيء برضه، ان في موجات جاما زائد حاجه تانية توني ستارك بيقول عنها بس هو ما يعرفهاش لسه. فهو المقترح حاليا دلوقتي ان احنا نحاول نعالج ونشوف ايه الموضوع ده بالظبط، يمكن نعرف نحسن بيه الادوات بتاعتنا والاسلحه والدروع. اوكي هيروز
Analyzing this. You're welcome, Hunter.
هو اختار واحده منهم يعني ولا ايه؟ اختار في النص، اختار على اليمين. هيدي اوريدي موجوده عندنا.
If this thing behind me turns into a giant gateway to ancient Egypt, I'm quitting.
اعمل ايه يعني مش فاهم. ماشي. هنعمل بيها ايه ده؟
Hunter, when you have a minute, come meet me in the yard.
نايس. واضح نعرف نستخدم هذه القوة كذلك يعني هو المفترض البليد عنده قوة كده ان هو بياخد هيلث، بياخد صحة من اعدائه يعني، فراح يكلمه بس.
Hunter, your new attire suits you quite well. But how are you holding up on the inside? I know it's easy to look upon me and simply see the universe's utmost authority on all things mystical and macabre, Hunter. However, in addition to being Earth's sorcerer supreme, I am also your doctor.
كان دكتور فعلا.
You mean a physician of the medical arts? You jest.
I assure you, Hunter, I do not jest. They don't call me Mr. Strange now, do they? Except for Tony. Your awakening ritual was admittedly a touch more chaotic than I had originally intended, and, well, after your violent encounter with Venom, my oath to Hippocrates compels me to check in with you. Simply put, how do you feel?
كويس. بس رائع. هو بيسألني يعني انت احساسك عامل ازاي بعد مواجهتنا مع فينوم وهذه الصحوة الغير متوقعة يعني، او الصحوة المتشرسة اللي حصلت منها.
You lost much yesterday, Doctor. I am the one who should be asking you how you are feeling.
I appreciate that, Hunter. I admit I did not expect the child of Lilith to have the capacity for such empathy. And you're right, of course. I, for one, do not know if I will ever feel 100% again after the events of yesterday. I still can't believe what transpired. The sanctum, all that knowledge, Wanda, lost. Swallowed whole by the black mouth of that foul venom creature. With all my resources, all my gifts, I should have seen this outcome spelled out in the sacred geometry of this universe years ago. But I miscalculated.
وواضح طبعا دكتور سترينج حسب كلامه ان هو عنده قدره لمعرفه المستقبل والعياذ بالله يعني، بس يعني في هذا العالم وفي هذا الكوميك يعني ده الوضع. وهو طبعا زعلان من نفسه عشان خاطر ما عايش يشوف ده اللي هيحصل. وواضح ان فينوم ربط المبنى بالحاجات السوداء بتاعته، السيمباويت بتاعه. فاحنا مش عارفين نخش المبنى ننقذ واندا يعني، ودي مشكله لان واندا حاليا موجوده مع مين؟ مع ليليث، فاحنا مش عارفين انا مش عارف بصراحه هيحصل معاها ايه. خلاص يعني بلاش، خلاص الواحد لما يكون زعلان من نفسه وعمل غلط ومعترف بالخطأ فمش هنقعد بقى نقعد نقول له انت اخطأت ليه، نقعد نبكته. انا على نفسي ما بحبش حد يبكتني.
Lilith's power has placed a dark shroud over us all, Doctor. You are not alone in this.
Your words are appreciated. Still, I must not allow the underlying truth of the situation to become shrouded as well. It's not just the Sanctum Sanctorum that was lost yesterday. It was my protege, Wanda. She is my charge, my responsibility, and I failed her. But I am determined not to let that happen with you, Hunter, which is why I am here to answer any questions you may have. Perhaps my wisdom may benefit you more than it has me thus far.
تمام. هو طبعا الدكتور زعلان جدا ان هو لم يستطع ان هو يحمي واندا، فهو بيحاول ان هو يحافظ علينا بقدر الامكان عشان خاطر ما يعملش نفس الغلط. اسأله عن فينوم.
That creature on the roof, you have run into it before?
Unfortunately, yes. In the simplest of terms, Venom is an alien species living in symbiosis with a human known as Eddie Brock. He's something of a fixture in New York these days, but typically his hijinks are confined to harassing Spider-Man.
تمام. واضح ان ليليث امها لقيت له استخدام
My
معين.
mother has a gift for bringing out the worst in people.
Yes, and in this case, I happen to be the direct victim of her ambition. I fear the Sanctum may never be the same.
الحاجات
Tell
اللي
me
بتحمي بقى
about your
السانكتم.
sanctum's wards of protection. I have never heard of a protection spell that powerful.
In your time, I'm sure you've encountered a variety of minor wards and protective spells. The Sanctum Sanctorum was shielded by one such incantation, but greatly amplified by the convergence of ley lines.
طبعا عايزين اساله يعني ازاي احنا عرفنا نرجع السانكتم مره تانية، هنعرف يعني نبني الحمايات دي من جديد.
Will the wards ever provide the same protection that they had?
It may be possible to undo the damage, but now that a weakness has been exposed, I'll have to rethink my approach entirely. Tony did offer a military-grade laser protection grid, should I be so inclined to go that route.
تمام. فواضح طبعا اللي انا فاكره يعني من عالم مارفل انه في 3 مباني، 3 سانكتورمز. في واحد في نيويورك، في واحد باينني في بريطانيا، في واحد باينني فين، كان في هونج كونج باينني ولا ايه، مش فاكر حسب الفيلم يعني. فالمفترض ان كل مبنى بيبقى محطوط في السنتر بتاع اللي لاينز. انا معرفش ايه اللي لاينز ده بالظبط، بس هو واضح ان هو الطاقات اللي موجوده في الارض زي شوارع كده، بس ما علينا يعني. المهم ان كل مبنى بيبقى موجود على اللي لاينز دول، ومن خلال اللي لاينز هو بيعرف يعمل الوردز اللي هي الحمايات حوالين المبنى.
How did Wanda come into your care?
Wanda's story is quite tragic and perhaps not mine to tell.
ليه بقى؟
There was an accident on the Abbey grounds not long ago involving Agatha.
مين أجاثا؟ أنا حالتي عم مستغرب مين سارة مين أجاثا، أنا مش متلخبط.
That must have been some accident.
Agatha had been teaching Wanda, hoping she would learn to control her immense but very raw power. As their training progressed, Wanda was encouraged to push herself further. Eventually, she pushed too far.
طيب شكرا بيه.
Let us talk later.
Visit whenever you like. It's not often I get to converse with a true legend.
شكرا بيه. وايه ده؟ Inspect.
Fascinating.
واضح ان احنا لما بنقرا الحاجات دي واحنا ماشيين بنزود الاركين نولج. ده شيء كويس والله اعلم يعني.
That is something.
تمام انا سعيد جدا ان هناخد الحاجات دي.
Intriguing.
Indeed intriguing. البتاع بتاعه.
Curious. I see.
ماشي. حاجة تانية تتشاف هنا. يعني المكان ما شاء الله حين يلتقي العلم بال ايه ده ان شاء الله، ده تاروت كارد. هيعمل معانا ايه ده؟ هنستخدمه ازاي يعني؟ واحد 22 واحد المفروض ان انا اجمعهم. هذا والله اعلم يعني. ما هذا؟ التاروت كارد كمان زمون. اوكي احنا جمعنا 22. اوكي نروح عند ذا بليد بقى. عايز يتكلم معانا. في حاجة تشاف هنا، حاجة تشاف هنا، حاجة هنا تشاف اي حاجة معاها تشاف. الجماعة اللي راحوا فين معرفش. اوكي نكلم الراجل. ما هذا السيف؟
Welcome to the yard. At least that's what we're calling it these days. Caretaker put me in charge of your training. Too bad she didn't listen to me yesterday. Now that we know what we're up against, I think we can all use the practice. Any questions?
ما عنديش أي سؤال الحقيقة. أو أسألك أنت.
I did, but they are about you.
Right when it's time to train? From all Sarah told us about you, she never described you as lazy.
شكرا.
Everyone loves you when you are dead. Tell me, does that mean you are half-loved?
يا سلام عليك.
She didn't describe you as a snarky jackass, but here we are. All right, Tony Stark Jr., ask your questions.
أنا ضايقته.
Can I ask about you?
I guess.
Is your name really Blade?
Is your name really the Hunter?
Yes?
Oh, really? Your mom, before she became the mother of demons, looked into your cradle and decided to name her firstborn child the Hunter.
That is how I understand it.
It takes all kinds.
So, is your name really Blade?
No,
What is it?
it's private.
بجد والله.
Is it embarrassing?
No, the hunter, but I only share it with friends.
طيب ماشي.
You do not consider me a friend?
Not yet. Don't take it personally.
اوكي.
How did you become a Dampier?
You say that like I had a choice. I was born this way.
How is that possible?
A vampire bit my mother. Problem was, I was still in the womb. I'm lucky I was even born. Don't know if that's how it always is, but that's the way it went down for me.
عمرك كام سنة يا راجل انت؟
How long have you
أوه
been
صغير
around?
مش كبير، حاجة 20 سنة حاجة 30
I
سنة.
don't exactly know. I think of myself as mid-20s maybe. I lost a lot of time. Much of the last century was a blur.
ايه the last
I
century؟
have occasional memories, almost like coming up for air before being yanked back down into the depths.
بص هو أنا
What happened?
الحقيقة ما شفتش الكوميكس
I killed a lot of vampires. I hadn't lost my mind exactly, but I got into a rhythm and never stopped. Never had a reason to stop. Not until I met Caretaker.
And then?
She gave me a reason to stop.
هو طبعا أنا ما شفتش الكوميكس زي ما قلت، أنا شفت أفلام، وهو مفترض في الأفلام يعني صغير مش كبير، بس حسب كلامه هنا إن هو بقاله قرون بيحارب الفامبايرز أو مصاصي الدماء.
What brought you to the Abbey?
Caretaker. About 10 years ago, she brought me back to the real world. Gave me a place to stay until I came back to myself.
Did she ever say why?
She said she thought I'd be able to kill more vampires if I was acting on more than just instinct. But I know it was more than that. She gave me safe haven here at the Abbey. Something I'd never known. Must have read half the books in the library by the time I headed out. So when she reached out and asked me to be part of this weird little club, of course I showed up.
تمام. إيه بقى Midnight Suns ده بقى؟
Tell me about the Midnight Suns.
All right.
إيه رأيك
Do
أنت؟
you have any thoughts on the team as a whole?
I think we're the only ones aware of the danger Lilith poses to this world. And I think we're pretty green. But enough training will get us through it. Speaking of training, we doing this, or are we gonna keep wasting daylight?
ماشي يا عم، يلا بينا.
I am ready to train.
Finally. Caretaker could have at least left me a chair.
World Training دي أنا مش عارف بصراحة.
Practice makes perfect.
Ability they can be combined to create a new, more powerful version. يا راجل. عشان كده أنا خدت الكارت بتاعه. انترستنج. واضح ان هو زود الكيل وقلل الهيرويك، والله مش باينني اعتقد.
Do your thing.
تمام، المره الجايه بزود حاجتي انا.
Good.
شوف بقى مارفل هتقول لنا ايه.
Like the way you move out there, Hunter. Guess Dr. Strange picked the right supernatural demon hunter to resurrect. I'm Carol Danvers, but you can call me Captain Marvel. Kidding. Carol's fine. Just thought I'd throw a bone to the Avengers PR team. Not gonna lie, going a few rounds in Vampire Guy's Magic Thunderdome sounds like fun, but we've got bigger fish to fry. Well, not so much fish as that ginormous invulnerable sewer monster that swallowed the Sanctum.
انا الحقيقه مش عارف هي ليه كابتن مارفل محتاجه تلعب حديد، يعني هي اصلا مفترض ان حسب كلام الكوميكس وحسب كلام اللعبه ان هي اقوى واحده فيهم. اوكي.
Every lock has its key.
True, if only a man-eating alien demon monster hadn't eaten ours. But that got me thinking. Strange, Caretaker, and the rest of the funky bunch can try and magic their way through that shield all they want. If my time as a pilot taught me one thing, It's that sometimes you've got to find a workaround. As in Hydra. They've got to know the way inside. Steve's always said they aren't much for talking. But then again, I'm told I can be rather persuasive when I need to be.
ما شاء الله عليك. خلينا نحاول نديها ردود نعلي بيها الفريندشيب.
Well, if there is any time to put your powers of persuasion to work, now is the time, Captain.
Trust me, Hunter, I'm looking forward to it. Hydra's been a thorn in me and Steve's asses for years. Can't wait to remove them for good. Find me in the war room when you're finished here. There's a few things we should discuss. Oh, and Hunter? Welcome back from the dead.
شكرا شكرا. الكابتن انا غالبا هنروح نحارب بقى. الناس اللي هنا كانوا راحوا فين؟
Well, looky who it is. First we crawl, then we stumble.
السلام عليكم. عايز تقول حاجة؟
What's up?
Thanks, Blade.
Sure.
Nothing is certain these days, but these readings are too distinct to ignore. The gamma signature is...
Sorry, Bruce, we lost you. Did you say Gamma?
Yes,
Hang on a second. Come on, Tony. You managed to stream the Super Bowl to a Kree battleship 50 light years out. This should be easy.
Oh, we waited all year for that game, and you know the Skrulls would have spoiled it for us if they got the chance.
Well, can't you just... I don't know.
Work my magic again? See, that's the problem. This time I am working with actual magic, and let me tell you, it sucks.
Ow. The gamma signature is completely inverted. The daughter nuclei are being reabsorbed into the parent nuclei, which is impossible.
If the Gamma signature from the Sanctum is really that unique, Bruce, then couldn't we just...
Sorry, still working out a few gremlins in the system.
Try sunlight, and whatever you do, avoid water.
Oh, wait, you're being serious?
بجد والله.
We should be able to track this new Gamma signature to its source then, right? I'd do it myself, but we seem to be having a little IT trouble today.
Please. Old Central here is ready to grind through that data like chum.
What exactly is a central?
CENTRAL. Cognitive encryption, net transmogrification. We'll figure it out later.
Sending coordinates now. Hope your gremlins enjoy gamma spectroscopy.
Well, he's been a little moody lately, ever since, you know, the problem with the big old green guy.
I heard that.
Banner can't turn into the Hulk? Not sure if we should be frightened or relieved.
That makes two of us.
Oh, hey. Come on. Happens to everyone. Well, okay, not everyone.
Nice work, Bruce.
I know that place. Creepy abandoned warehouse in the bad guy part of town.
My favorite kind. Anybody up for paying it a visit?
Definitely.
Aw, see that? Teamwork goosebumps.
Find me when you're ready.
أنا ready. عايزين شوية أكشن.
Multi-million-dollar piece of experimental technology, and she kicks it.
ماشي عندنا مهمة هنا. ستوري ميشن. هنطلع منها 2 ريوردز. أعتقد لو احنا عملنا لهم ريسيرش حطيناهم في المعمل هنعرف نطلع قوة أخرى نقدر نحسن بيها قدرات أبطالنا.
It was just recently that the Hudson Yards Development Restoration Association purchased this entire block. I'll let you think about that one for a minute.
اوكي. يا معلم. يلا يا ريس. ايوه حته اكس كوم بقى كده هما رايحين بقى ايه ال
Let's see. Trench coat, sunglasses at night, brooding personality. Something tells me these midnight warehouse raids are pretty normal for you.
Very.
هو في مشكلة في الهدوم
This
بتاعته ولا
area
حاجة؟
in particular?
Occasionally. Good for a late night snack.
Oh.
The falafel place down the road stays open till 3.
يا راجل فلافل
Oh,
طعمية.
right, sure. Only maybe next time say it less vampire-y. Monsters from hell, portals to limbo. It's all relative in the words of the big bad midnight suns.
قشطة عليك يا عم وجه.
Don't worry. This is a different portal to a different location.
Gamma signatures and unstable isotopes aren't really in my wheelhouse, so we'll be patching Dr. Banner through from Avengers Tower once you reach the other side.
تمام.
Almost feels like cheating.
معلش يا جماعة ننتظر عن اللودينج بس هنحاول نوصل له اهو.
Probably can scratch abandoned off the description of this place. You seeing this, Bruce? Getting all sorts of weird down there.
You
Captain Faustus.
fed off. That hack. I heard he was dead. Well, hoped is perhaps the more accurate description.
Calls himself Faustus now.
That's more rude.
Hydra's resident mad scientist.
Not just Hydras. Liliths. That's magic coming from those crates. I can feel it.
Yeah? How about gamma radiation? You feeling that too? Because that's some pretty evil-looking Hydra tech down there.
Gamma and magic.
I need you to use your science brain on this one, Bruce.
We need to approach this situation carefully. Combining those energies is an explosive proposition at best. Think scalpel, not hammer. Stealth, not strength.
Yeah, I don't do stealth.
Kill them.
ايه اللازمة نحط مش فاهم ايه لازم احنا الطيارة بتاع الكوشين اللي تحت. اوكي.
I always considered Faustus a bit of a crackpot, but his fundamental science must be sound. The device would have surely exploded otherwise after your display, Carol.
Learned it by watching you, Bruce.
ففي ناس هنا أقوياء مش عارف أقدر عليهم. طيب احنا عندنا الكويك، أنا فاكر إن الكويك بيخلص وبيرجع لنا الكارت. تمام. ليفل أب كمان إيه الدلع ده؟ في عندنا هنا ده نوك باك وده كويك. نخلص على ده. تمام. ايه تاني موجود عندنا؟ الراجل ده اخباره؟ خلص عليه. ما شاء الله خلاص على تلاتة اول ايه؟ معانا كارتين. تمام. المشكلة بقى ان انا ما عنديش غير ممكن نبعت ده على فين؟ على ده؟ ability بتاع مين؟ تاني على ده برضه. الله عليك يا معلم. حاجة تانية ممكن نقلبها. اتفضل يا ولد. تمام. استخدم يا ريس. اوكي بس مش عارف استخدم اكتر من كده. ممكن نعمل اتاك ولا كويس. نخلص على الراجل ده. عارف استخدم على حد تاني هنا. طب كنسل. نعرف استخدم ده مثلا. ده ممكن ايديا ده. ايديا ده. ده يموت. الله عليك. كان ليفل اب كمان. علاني يا علاني يا رب. ماشي خلاص كده احنا نحاسب كروت. خلصنا. لا ان شاء الله يول فيل. بس يا سير.
You just made a big mistake.
ده رأيي برضه. reinforcements كمان. واحد مات الحمد لله. طيب.
I've never been one to buy into the science of magic, but the data I'm seeing is hard to ignore. There are more things in heaven and earth, Horatio.
You know you're talking to a vampire, an alien hybrid, and a resurrected demon hunter, right?
Shift. ماشي. اوكي. أول حاجة نهيل.
The light will carry you onward.
زي الفل يا ريس.
Feeling good.
معانا 2 دلوقتي. في عندنا أي هيرويك؟ ما عندناش اي هيرويك للاسف. طيب كابتن مارفل. مش عارف اخش ازاي. انا في هنا ده. ماشي دلوقتي عندنا هنا ده. عندنا ده شخص عادي. كان بدور على شخص عادي يحاول يخلص عليهم. ده هيرويك. بيضرب فين بقى الهيرويك ده؟ ده عادي. ده ممكن يموت بسرعة. ده يموت بسرعة.
What's this?
لسه عايز. سبحان الله.
That's a neat trick.
I am impressed.
معانا كارت واحد بس. نعمل ايه؟ هانتر. نعرف نزق ده على مين؟ على ده. دق. تمام. ممكن ايه كمان نستخدمه؟ دق ده على ده يكهرب. خلص عليه. الله عليك. اوفر كيل. للاسف كروتنا خلصت.
Payback's gonna be fun.
متقلقش.
More of them are joining the fight.
Is it possible he somehow stabilized the rate of decay within the particles themselves? How else could he be achieving such a high yield?
I don't know, Bruce. I'll be sure to ask him when we're done punching out the bad guys.
انا عايز حاجة كويك. ده تشين. ده كويك يخلص على. طيب بلاش ده. نستخدم ده وده. ممتاز.
And I thought man thing was ugly.
تمام. عندنا بقى 2 اتبقوا. كويك ده يخلص على اي حد فيهم مش فارقه.
Playtime's over.
So how that works.
والاخت الفاضله تخش خلاص بقى الراجل ده ضرب في ضربه واحده. وقع تحت.
You were too weak for this fight.
ممتاز ممتاز.
Go, now, quickly!
Go, go, go!
The perfect opportunity to field test Mother's device.
Watch out!
ايه اللي حصل يا جماعه؟
Get her!
جيت مين؟ بيقول لك يا سيدي recover the Hydra artifacts. Break the Hydra's shield guard protection to access. Use the recover artifact card to secure the artifact. ماشي.
For the record, Bruce, I did not smash that thing.
Noted, Carol. Perhaps you might direct all that energy towards your newfound adversaries instead. And the mysterious cargo they're attempting to escape with?
You're gonna need a few more.
لحظة هرجع دلوقتي. تمام. طيب عندنا بقى مهمة صعبة دلوقتي. عندنا ممكن نعمل هيل، هخلي الكت بعدين. ماشي ده بياخد كروت زيادة. ايه اللي موجود عندنا يضرب؟ لا احنا الكروت معانا سيئة جدا الحقيقة، مش معانا أي هيرويزم. طيب اوكي في حاجة نستخدمها هنا. ما عنديش ما عنديش حتى هيرويزم استخدمها، فهنضطر نستخدم بقى ايه دي الفضلة. ممتاز.
Tell him who sent you.
ده يموت.
Not a problem.
ما شاء الله.
Leave some for the rest of us.
ايه الباينري ده؟ Playing 3 Captain Marvel cards will draw the Go binary ability. Any binary state Captain Marvel will deal significant more damage. This is on all of her block has been removed. انا معرفش ايه الباينري ده، بس واضح عشان خاطر اكسس الباينري هو ده يعني. عشان منورة يعني دلوقتي عشان هي عندها بلوك. اوكي تمام. بما ان احنا عندنا بقى في هذه الفرصة الجميلة ممكن نستخدم ده، ما استخدموش مش عارف الصراحة. اضرب ده يا راجل. اوكي ايه تمام ممكن استخدمه. خلص على الراجل ده. عندنا لسه كارت واحد نقدر نلعبه، بس انا مش معايا. استخدم ده يا راجل.
Ready up.
نايس. كارتين زي الفل، بس انا مش هستخدم اي حاجه دلوقتي. ماشي.
They are hoping to wear me down.
ما شاء الله.
Got me held up here.
دايز. مشكلة. الفورسمنز كمان مع ده كله 3. يا نهار ابيض.
Preliminary analysis of the blast confirms high levels of gamma and various unknown energies.
Unknown to you, there is dark magic at work here. We must not let Hydra escape with it.
ما هو ده اللي احنا عاملين عليه. اولا نهايل بس الراجل ده.
The light is on our side.
48 رائع. عندنا وقت ان لاين. تمام. نجيب دي هنا كده، نوقفها فين؟ انا عايز اوقفها فين؟ اضربهم في لاين. تمام، تعالي هنا انتي. حلو قوي. عندنا 27. لازم ده في لاين يا باشا. يلا. الله عليك يا حبيبي
That
ولدي.
is one way of making your presence known.
حقيقة ممكن نضرب حد تاني نموته هنا. يلا يا باشا.
It's about time.
يا ساتر يا رب. طيب ايه في حاجة هنا تتاخد؟ طيب هنا نقدر نستخدم ايه هنا؟ مقدرش نستخدم حاجة. للأسف مش هرسم أي حاجة في الموضوع ده. معايا كارت واحد نستخدم ده كده.
Let's do it.
الحمد لله ريموفد. وليفل اب
I
كمان.
feel great.
ده دلعني وشخلعني يا ريس. اوكي. بالتأكيد في رينفورسمنتس دلوقتي.
We will never forsake her.
Get my head on straight.
واضح ان الجدع ده كل ما هيهاجمنا هنعمل لنا ديزنج.
Support units on the move.
To be crystal clear, we won't be able to recreate Faustus's experiment or track potential future variance gamma signatures without a baseline resonant sample from his initial occult catalyst.
Got it. Stop the truck.
طيب المشكلة مش حد هنا. ده ممكن اخلص عليه. المشكلة ان الشخصية القوية اللي موجودة عندنا هي ديز، بس انا لو عملت حركتين ممكن اعرف استخدمه. طيب ده ممكن يموت ضربة واحدة يموت، ضربة واحدة يموت. تمام. ده كويك. كويك وعلى كده انا عارف استخدمه من غير ما استخدم الكويك. حلو جدا.
It's weirdos like these that give people like us a bad reputation.
ستيك لايف ستيل. اضرب الراجل ده.
Time to get serious.
ممتاز يا ريس.
You are a force to be reckoned with.
شلنا البلوك. خد بقى الكارت يا ريس. يلا. ماشي.
One less thing to worry about. Approximately 16,342 more to go. I suggest starting with the remaining Hydra forces in your vicinity.
ده اللي هنعمله يا ريس دلوقتي.
By her command.
بالتأكيد في رينفورسمنت. كلكم تركزوا على الراجل الغلبان ده. يا ساتر يا رب. ايه الضربة المهولة دي؟
These delays can be quite frustrating. Infuriating, even. I suppose by now I'd normally be tromping through the warehouse, hurling the puny truck at the moon.
Don't worry, Bruce. I've got more purple pants with your name on them.
ممكن نزق الراجل ده بره بعيد. زي الفل.
You kissed the mother with that mouth?
نعمل ايه طيب؟ ايه تاني ممكن يتعمل؟ الراجل ده ينفجر كمان شوية بصراحة. أنا ماشي ينفجر بس.
Should get the blood pumping.
مفيش كروت تلعب.
We serve until the end.
يفجر نفسه. ماشي مش مشكلة برضه.
Still not gonna be enough.
ده كويك لا. اتاك. خلص على الاتنين دول.
They're mine.
الله عليك يا ريس.
Give the mother my regards in hell.
خلص بقى الراجل الشخص ده. انت ايه دقت نفسها عشان ما ماتتش معقولة؟
Your mother abandons you.
صح. عشان طيب. شوف ان شاء الله بعدين.
We've done it.
What is this thing?
Bad guy crate, full of bad guy stuff.
معاك حق يا ريس.
I know those symbols from the time of the first hunt. That glyph means barrier, that one almighty. Something, something, gods and demons.
So a spooky bad guy crate.
Very spooky. Designed to contain powerful magic. Be careful.
الدكتور فين؟ فاوستس فين؟
Don't cross the streams.
Never do. How about we get this thing back to the Abbey and see for ourselves?
انت عايز تقنعني في عربيتين من دول خرجوا؟ نجمة واحدة بس؟ ايه انا حزين. ننزل يا جماعة من اللودينج بس قبل ما نخلصه. بيقول لك الجيم بلاي تيب المفترض انت لما ترجع وتخلص المهمة بتاعتك الابطال اللي كانوا معاك في المهمة بيبقوا موجودين في البار في الليلة دي يعني. واضح ان كل يوم بتقدر تعمل مهمة. ورجعنا اخيرا. زودنا الفرنشيب صداقة مع.
Nice job out there, kid. I mean, I didn't get Hydra bombed until my 10th run with the Avengers.
Kid, you do know that I'm a good 3 centuries older than you, right?
Then you've got a lot of catching up to do.
Okay, Abbey tournament tonight.
Sure about that? Last one got a little heated.
The eternal spirits of vengeance take technical fouls very seriously, especially in the fourth quarter.
Forget it. Tonight is movie night.
It is always movie night.
Exactly.
Wow, out of jail again? Who made this game? Wilson Fisk?
Well, if parking is free, clearly no one from Manhattan.
You know what they say? All work and no play is how we ended up with Ultron. Come on. You should hang out.
هانج اوت يا ريس يلا.
I should rest. Another time.
ليه؟ ليه يا عم كنت هانج يعني ما عليك.
Let me see. How did this work again?
بعت لها رسالة نيكو بعت لها رسالة. exit super link. يقول لك هانتر يوزر. هي اسمها احنا طبعا الكاركتر بتاعنا اسمه هانتر يعني هو كده حظنا كده. باي ذا واي ذيس از نيكو. ماشي هي البنت نيكو. in this case nobody gave you the rundown how the spark works just now. Maiden Cap Marvel just fill us in freak stuff especially Faustus and then they just all of me here alone. You should come and hang out. طب ما ينفعش التصميم يا باشا.
Come on, Hunter. I know you're awake in there. You just replied to me.
افتح لها الباب ستي دماغها ناشفه.
Good. You answered. Getting hard to keep finding ways to say open door around here. And despite what Robbie says, I don't think the staff of one speaks High Elven. Blood magic stuff. Cool room. Spacious. Aw, is that bed for Charlie?
Yes.
So, if you're planning on giving me some sort of brooding code of the stoic warrior speech, I'm immune. Just ask later magic. From what I just saw out there, whatever crazy ancient living weapon stuff Caretaker put you through back in the day did a real number on you. We got a lot of work to do.
Work?
Yeah, talking to people, making friends, basic human stuff. Or quasi-human. You're a midnight sun now. One of us.
انا الرئيس كمان مش اي حاجه.
Nico, I was just Hydra bombed. I could use some rest.
You and me both. Been bad dreams every night for me lately. I keep seeing Wanda. She... Never mind.
ايه اللي مزعلك ستي؟
I will meet you outside.
Yes! I'll go nuke us some popcorn and you pick out a movie. Oh, and it may just be the two of us. The others went outside, needed to cool off. Really need to hang a fan over that forge. Or maybe crack open the casket of ancient wonders a little?
صاحبتك صاحبة ايه؟ مش هتعرفي تنامي دلوقتي. نص فاضية يا راجل.
I'm kind of getting the impression Doctor Strange is a little bit of a hoarder. I mean, just because it's magical junk doesn't mean it's not junk. You know what they call an artifact that only works in a pocket dimension once every 10,000 years? I don't know either, because I don't hoard junk.
دي نكتة مفترض يعني ولا ايه؟ اتفرج على الفيلم يا عم، مفيش غير ان احنا نتفرج على الفيلم. في بلاي ستيشن كمان. فين الفشار؟ مش قالك كان يجيب فشار؟
I know this entire situation's gotta suck for you. Not just the whole resurrected, chosen one thing. I get why facing Lilith won't be easy. I was 15 when I found out my mother was capital E evil.
يا وما شريرة كمان.
Sorry to hear you went through that.
It was bad, but I learned to deal with it. It's the only way forward, right? Look, I'm glad my mother is gone, but yeah, at times I just want to hear her voice again. Some days I'd give anything to make that happen. Makes me hate her even more.
طيب هو واضح ان نيكو منوروه للبنت اللي على اليمين دي امها كانت ست شريرة، وواضح ان هي واجهت امها وانتهى الموضوع ان هي مأساوية. بس تشوفها تاني مش عارفة تشوفها. فايه الرد بقى اللي نستخدمه؟ طبعا مش إننا نقول اي كلام سيء عن الام حتى يعني.
I did not realize you carried such pain.
I just learned to bury it. You think I can afford a therapist on a superhero salary?
بجد
I'm
والله.
kidding. We don't get paid for this.
بجد والله.
Enough about our crappy parents. You missed out on decades of good movies. It's my solemn duty to fill this knowledge gap with the best examples I can provide. So, the first thing you need to know, the glowing briefcase is a metaphor.
يعني ايه؟ مش فاهم.
Can we do it again?
اثليتيك ليجندري سويم سيوت بيعمل ايه ده معرفش بس هو تمشي عريانه يعني ولا ايه؟ تيم بلاير كومون ابي اوتفيت اوكي فريندشيب ريورد loved the activity +7 coverage +1 I got completed okay.
So, what did you think of the movie?
I understood more than I should.
How? You've been dead for 3 centuries.
I'm not so sure I was dead. Not exactly. I recall a deep slumber, not the void. I dreamt.
Of what?
صحيح. سؤال كويس.
Of everything. Much of this world is familiar to me. I know it from my dreams.
That's not creepy at all. So, do you know everything?
No, think of it like this. I know what a car is, but I have no idea how to drive.
You're up to date, but not omniscient. Then I'm guessing you don't know much about me.
Just what you shared earlier.
You're always free to ask, like, what's the staff of one, or who were the runaways?
طيب فهو حسب الكلام اللي انا فهمته من المحادثه اللي تمت قدامنا دلوقتي انه الاخت ذا هانتر طبعا خلال 300 سنه دول كانت نايمه وكانها كانت بتحلم. هي عندها علم بالعالم اللي حواليها بس مش عارفه كل حاجه لسه. ده يعني حسب اللي هي طريقه شرحها للموضوع يعني. فطبعا ديكم من رو قالت لها حبيت تسالي عن الستاف اوف ذا وان. ستاف اوف ذا وان هو البتاع اللي معاها بتاع السحريه الواند اللي معاها دي بتاع السحر اللي في اول الجيم خالص في الحلقه اللي فاتت لما هي ضربتنا بيها عشان نصحى من النوم. وفي ذا راناويز برضو في المارفل كوميكس اعتقد كان في برضو شابتر عن الراناويز انا ما اعرفوش بالظبط قوي بس هم غالبا مجموعه من السحرة كانوا ماشيين مع بعض مش عارف.
I had some questions about your staff.
Sure. But first, the basics. The Staff of One interprets words or phrases as spells, but it can only cast a spell once. No repeats.
وده غريب جدا. هي ازاي تستخدم هي بتاع بتعرفش تستخدم غير سحر واحد فقط في المرة الواحدة للأبد. فأنا مش عارف افرض ممكن مش عارف. أنا الحقيقة مش فاهم يعني بيستخدم ازاي بتاع.
Can you tell me how the Staff of One functions?
It's blood magic, so my own blood is required to summon it. You wouldn't believe how many adhesive bandages I go through each year.
What about the words you speak?
They come true. Kind of. And not always the way I expect. It's like making a wish, but you can never make the same wish again.
طب وتفتكري يعني تفتكري انت الأمان اللي انت عملتيها يعني عشان خاطر ما تعمليش مرة تانية؟ دي نقطة أنا مش فاهمها بصراحة.
I had some questions about your old team.
The runaways? Sure thing.
اسأل بقى.
Were you all heroes who banded together?
No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together to reminisce. And then we found out 2 very disturbing things.
اللي هو
First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their footsteps.
يا سلام.
What did you do?
هربوا طبعا.
We ran, but eventually we realized only the 6 of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
لا هو مش تبكي يعني بس ماشي. طيب طبعا انا فهمته انه نيكو مونرو واصدقائها ال5 ان هم كانوا 6 كلهم على بعض. اهاليهم كانوا اشرار بيقولوا الهه شريره يعني مفترض. واللي حصل ان هم اضطروا يواجهوا ابائهم وامهاتهم عشان خاطر ينتهوا من هذا الشر ويحموا العالم. مين بقى runaways؟
Who was on the team?
At first, Chase with his mad science gear, Molly, our pint-sized powerhouse, Carolina, the solar-powered sweetheart. Gert had a telepathic link to Old Lace, a genetically engineered Deinonychus from the 87th century. I handled the blood magic, though I didn't understand it much. And Alex, well, we don't talk about Alex.
ليه؟
Where are your friends now?
Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility.
Yeah.
Gert, she didn't make it.
Is it?
After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The last I heard, he and Old Lace are living at his family home in LA. As for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our parents.
واضح انه من اشرار. اوكي.
I had some questions about your
في
staff.
سؤال ما سالتوش انا ولا ايه؟
Go for it.
If each magical effect is unique, do you worry you will run out of words?
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, I rely on more conventional means. Like, you know, magic.
Okay.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with you, and wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
Indeed. كارتيكر ايه يا ست عايزة ايه؟
I'm glad to see you're using your free time productively.
بنحاول.
Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
انا مش فاهم ايه اللي بيحصل بس واضح انه هتركب طيارة مع توني ستارك. ممكن نقول ان التغيير برضه
to stand still is to move back.
You got that one from Agatha. She used to say it all the time. I always preferred if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Used to.
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know, Agatha, she's no longer with us.
مين أغاثا أصلاً؟ حد يقول لنا.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
عايزين نعرف بقى ايه اللي حصل بالظبط.
Agatha's power. How could she be gone?
She put her trust in the wrong person. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Doctor Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
طيب هو الوضع كما هو. زي ما هي قالت الوضع انه اغاثا، معرفش مين اغاثا دي، واضح ان هي من ضمن العيلة يعني. كان بتدرب واندا ماكسيموف واللي حصل انه واندا مكسوف هي ساحرة قوية، ولكن لها متدربة جديدة برضه في نفس الوقت. أجاثا كانت عايزة تخليها أقوى مما هي عليه، فبدل أما هي تكون حريصة وبطيئة في تعليمها للبنت كانت متسرعة في الأغلب. واللي حصل إنه حصل حادثة واندا ماكسيموف حرقت الست، يعني الست احترقت، ما يعني حتى ما فيش تراب، يعني اختفت. فطبعا عندنا هنا 3 اختيارات، احسن ما اللعبه بتقول ان حسب اختياراتنا يا ان احنا بنروح بنبقى طيبين واشرار. فانا راجل بحب ابقى طيب يعني، فطبعا هنقول ان احنا افترض كنا نحافظ على البنت.
Was Wanda so different from me as a child? Was it that easy to send her away?
I didn't have a choice. Wanda's powers were beyond even her own control. And this time I had no Agatha to help me, as I had with you. I thought she would be safe with Strange. On that part, at least, I was clearly mistaken. Ah, Wanda. Agatha. It seems we've lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
صباح الخير. البالانس بقى بيقول لك the hunter can follow the path of light or dark through the choices they make in the abbey and the ability they use in combat. واضح ان انا عندي اللايت اللي هو الخير، الدارك غالبا الشر والله اعلم. powerful rewards can be unlocked as the hunter moves down either path. فواضح ان انا مع دخولي في عامل زي كده، عارف انتوا ايه الفيلم بتاع ستار وورز اللي هو الجداي لما يعملوا حاجات خير يبقوا لايت سايد، حاجات شر يبقى دارك سايد، حاجه زي كده يعني. وكل سايد او كل طريق ليه القوه بتاعته. ان شاء الله ماشي. نشوف الموضوع الشراين. الست هتلاقيها مقبره باينني ولا ايه، حاجه زي كده. كلب حقيقي شكله مريع يعني. شيفت سبرنت ماشي. انا اصعب الكلب عايز تقول لي؟ ايوه كان معاها قطه. اوبا يا معلم. ازاي الكلام ده؟
Agatha?
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
لإيه بالظبط؟
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Is this a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
You are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my Hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride. Even death.
هي عشت 1000 سنة، هي الست دي مين؟
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Blood Gate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. What's the worst that can happen?
اوكي. واضح ان اجازة لما ماتت اتحولت الى روح. واضح احنا الكونسبت بتاعنا اللي هو هانتر قادرة على رؤية الارواح والتواصل معاها. بس نروح عند البودي كيف، معرفش ده هيعمل فيه ايه. المس يا راجل.
This ominous-looking portal is known as a blood gate. and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
ليه روح فين بقى ان شاء الله؟
Bloodgate. Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
هو ايه بقى؟
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
هو ايه اللي جوه هنشوفه يعني مش فاهم.
Whoa.
خش يا راجل. اوكي. بيقول لك جيم بلاي تيب. واضح ان نيكو عندها قدرة لمعالجة الاشخاص او الابطال في يوم واحد، وكمان لما بيتعالجوا بيبقى عندهم قدرات خارقة في المرة التانية بيحاربوا فيها. واضح المكان ده هيحصل فيه شلل، نوع من انواع التحديات.
Not what you were expecting, is it? There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtor.
Sarah? Caretaker was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Oh.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
هنحارب دول بقى ان شاء الله. ماشي.
As the goddess of balance and order, Ashtor was sometimes called the giver of justice. You can expect a fair fight, or at least her idea of one.
Okay.
You were too weak for this fight.
زي الفل. وبعد كده عندنا ممكن نتحرك ازاي؟ نتحرك كده. وبعد كده نقدر نستخدم ده ولا مش نستخدم ده؟ نقدر نستخدم ده. مش عارف استخدم ده. طيب. ممكن نضرب ده مثلا. اوكي. للأسف مش هعرف اعمل اكتر من كده. نخلص على ده. وبقى خلصنا دي
Leave
كده.
some for the rest of us.
زي الفل. نوك باك مش كويك. للأسف في عندنا أي حاجة كويك هنا. مفيش. عندنا هنا واحد هيرويك. الوايب ممكن يخش.
Your time has come. Your mother abandons you.
للأسف معايا كارت واحد بس اشتغل بيه. ايش معرفش المارك ده هيعمل ايه.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago. Our resolve cannot be broken.
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike. They certainly won't.
ماشي. الريفايف كويس ان في عندنا فرصة الريفايف. عندنا اي حاجه كويك هنا؟ نوك باك، هيل، هيل. اوكي نوك باك. ممكن نطلع مع بعض دلوقتي. اتنين اعتقد هيروز. اتنين هيروز صح؟ واحد بس. ويب. ارمي ده على ده.
Once again, Lilith's servants fall.
زي الفل. نستخدم ده لو ينفع. مش ينفع نستخدمه. طيب هنهيل الكلب بتاعنا.
The light is on our side.
اوه نايس. خلص على الراجل ده بقى. ممتاز.
Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
واضح ان ايه حسب الليفل بتاعك هيكون التشالنج التحدي بتاعك موجود. هو طبعا الجماعه بتوع فيراكسس اللي هم بيعملوا اللي عملوا اكس كوم اللي هم عاملين اللعبه دي برضه بيحبوا موضوع يعملوا صوره ويعملوا يعني كوميك. لو حد بيلعب اكس كوم 2 ولما تخش في اي مهمه وكان في مثلا اتنين من العساكر بتوعك بيعملوا حركات مع بعض جامده ولا حاجه فبيصوروهم مع بعض وكده يعني حركه كويسه. طيب هنروح عند الفورج بالمره. اعتقد انا طلعت بكارتين من هناك ولا حاجه ممكن استخدمهم. ننزل عن اللودينج بس اعتقد قربنا يعني. اعتقد خرجنا اخيرا من ال وصلنا الباب. حاجة جميلة جدا. خش يا راجل. مش عارف نطلع ولا ايه؟ يا لهوي وانا ايه نزلت مش عارف ارجع.
To be wary of this place. But it's your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The two of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves.
Oh, no.
And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Ashtur for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
ماشي هو بتنجان مقلي حقيقة. بزبور. Open eyes.
Blessings of the goddess.
Leave. كويس. ليف ده ايه؟ ناخد اللي موجود هنا اذا كان في حاجة نتاخد هنا. ده المفتاح، معرفش المفتاح ده اجيبه منين بس ما علينا. في حاجة تتاخد في السكة.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it.
It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme. Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night?
فين؟ أي library؟
Oh, and let's keep this just between the two of us for now. I'm afraid Sarah, Caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
ويا جماعة صحينا من النوم، صح؟
You are the best girl. You know that, right?
عشان مرهق جدا الحقيقة يعني. ماشي. 8 جلوس.
Is this thing on? Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience.
ماشي.
Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you. Strange out.
ماشي.
Hunter, just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate.
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a we in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Your second funeral, boss.
وواضح انه فتحنا الاطنان المهمة اللي فاتت في سحر او في.
We desperately need to get into this crate.
فاحنا محتاجين نفتحه حسب كلام ايه؟ دكتور سترينج. زي انا معايا كويل وانا عايز اعمل اناليسيز دلوقتي.
Ooh, new coil. Let's get to work.
Analyze.
Take a look. You're welcome, Hunter.
Wild strike. ده طبعا.
Always a pleasure.
هيرو سكرين. جيبوا من هيرو سكرين ده فين؟ اوه هو دخلني على الهيرو سكرين على طول. ماشي. ايه الدك؟ ماشي. انا عايز اخد ده بس ازاي؟ One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. لا انا عايز ده. ادخله ازاي؟ يقول لك maximum 4 attacks allowed. فهمت. اوكي هو اصلا مش هيرويك يعني. اوكي كونفيرم. فهمت دلوقتي المشكله كده. فهمت. كاستمايزيشن لا بقى بجد والله. ماشي طيب قبل ما اخلص بس ده شوف اللي موجود.
If Hydra is now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever is in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor.
نحاول نعمله.
I just wonder what it could be.
هو طبعا بيحاولوا يتكلموا ازاي نفتح بتاع ده. طبعا هياخد الخيار الايه الابيض.
I hope the two of you create something powerful. I want to stop Lilith quickly and decisively.
As I said, I'm sure it can help us. I just need to convince Tony to set his ego aside. His discomfort with the esoteric nature of the arcane might be a problem.
But Tony's eccentricities aside, I know you can make this work.
Right now, with the sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
يعني
I
نحاول
look forward
نعمل
to seeing what you come up with.
نعمل أبحاث عن
Me too, Hunter.
أسلحة قوية نعرف
All
نحارب
this
بيها
talk
الإيه.
is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and study what's inside. Step up to the anvil, Hunter. It doesn't bite.
ماشي.
Found another artifact, Hunter? I'm always in a few places at once, so no time
يلا
is...
باشا.
Ooh. By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
A distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within.
تمام. فهو واضح طبعا انه
one sorcerer's trash is another's treasure. I'll let you be the judge on this one.
تمام. هو طبعا اللي انا استوعبت
It's
دلوقتي
fortunate that we haven't run into any curses yet.
اللي اتباعها استولوا على السانكتم سانكتورم اللي موجود في نيويورك عشان خاطر يستولوا على الايه الاسلحه اللي موجوده في المبنى، وده واحد من الاسلحه دي. طبعا دي مشكله لان هم ممكن يكونوا بيستخدموا اسلحه معينه عشان خاطر ينفذوا بيهم الخطط الشريره الموجوده عندهم. فاحنا من حسن حظنا لقينا واحد من الاسلحه دي، معرفش هم كانوا عايزين يستخدموه ولا لا، ولكن احنا معانا السلاح. ماشي. ايه اللي احنا ممكن نقدر عندي 3 حاجات محتاج ان انا واقدر ويد فانج عشان خاطر اعرف افتحه، محتاج ان انا اعمل مهمه زياده مع بليد، فطبعا كده ده مش هعرف اعمل حاجه. وور جيمز، نعمل ايه وور جيمز؟ ده محتاج اعمل مهمه مع كارول اللي عملتها خلاص. increase any ability options, earn ability, additional ability when analyzing gamma coils. اوكي، يعني انا لما بفتح الجاما كويل بيديني قوه زياده ممكن استكشفها. في عندنا حاجه اسمها السوبر ناتشورال فابريكيشن، ده غالبا بيعمل لنا ايتمز او منتجات نعرف نستخدمها مره واحده فقط خلال المعارك بتاعتنا. مين الاحسن؟ هي الاحسن مش عارف. انا استخدم بو جيمز.
All right, let's get started, Dr. Spooky.
ماشي تمام، ياخد حوالي يوم عقبال لما ايه يتعمل.
Hey Hunter, got a sec to spare?
تمام، واعتقد يبقى كده كفايه. اعتقد عندنا الساعه وشويه كمان الموضوع ده، فنسجل طبعا عشان انا الوسواس القهري بتاع التسجيل موجود عندي. اتمنى تكون عجبتكم الحلقه، نشوفكم ان شاء الله باذن الله في الحلقه القادمه. لايك شير سبسكرايب، ده بيساعد القناه بشكل فعال يعني. شكرا جزيلا، السلام عليكم ورحمه الله.